of different videos circulating from this area of Dubai, showing that the area of the U.S. consulate in Dubai is on fire. There's black smoke rising from this part of the city. And so again,
there's footage of it too. We're going to look at.
About this last hour, the short-range threat will be much more difficult to reduce for the Israelis and the Americans after they go after these Iranian positions.
You know, Trey, when you take a look at where the United States consulate in Dubai is, it's right down near the old city. The British have a consulate down there as well. A couple of years ago, I was in Dubai and went through that whole area. I mean, that is an area deep in the heart of Dubai. And again, it's the old city, so that is a very prestigious location. For the Iranians to send a drone into that area, I mean, that's very brazen, and that's got to provoke a response from the Emirates.
Yeah, I mean, I bet they're fucking pissed. They're sending drones over there. Like, what the fuck did Dubai do? You got bombed by Israel, not Dubai. Why the fuck are you sending drones over to Dubai? It's retarded.
Absolutely, and there were some satellite images circulating earlier this week that showed when the Iranians started to attack the UAE, the plumes of black smoke rising from cities like Dubai, right next to the Palm Island, this man-made island chain, were so large they were picked up on satellite images. And again, it gives you a sense, anyone who's ever been to Dubai, this is a very advanced city, modern infrastructure, very tall hotels and buildings.
It's a nice place.
And the fact that these Iranian drones are now soaring through the skies of Dubai and Abu Dhabi and other areas within the Gulf, it indicates that the Iranians are going after A, civilian infrastructure, but B...
That's exactly what they're doing, and that's, I think, something that needs to be discussed more, is that the Iranians are targeting civilian infrastructure, and they are targeting civilian areas. Like, there are obviously going to be, like, collateral damage elements whenever you have a war, but the difference is that their focus is on creating collateral damage rather than going after military targets, and collateral damage happens on their own. They are literally terrorists. That's right. Big surprise.
Infrastructure that's never seen war since it's been built. I mean, the Israelis are used to sheltering in place. They're used to this fire toward population centers. These Gulf cities and countries are not.
Trey Hinks joining us with the breaking news out of Tel Aviv.
Holy shit. And somebody's got a video of it too. Oh, is this it? The moment the IRGC drone crashed into the U.S. consulate in Dubai. Here we go. That's the lawnmower. Really good footage, guys. Great job. Great job, cameraman. Jesus, look at that. Shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, what the fuck? Iran's hitting civilian targets to try to get the Gulf states to pressure to the U.S. to stop attacks. That's backfired, and now they're attacking back. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the mindset of a terrorist, right? That's what terrorists do.
Leave from there.
Jesus, look at that. What is this? Yeah, man, it's beautiful out there. Yeah, I guess so. It's a really nice place. And yeah, Iranian here. Thank you all. We're grateful for the U.S. helping us. Hopefully this evil regime falls soon. IRGC has 0 supporters in Iran among ordinary people. Yeah, it certainly seems like that's the case. And so this is getting bombed by the, what do you call it? It's getting bombed by the IRGC as well. Like, oh my God. And then, oh, here's another image here. Yeah, I mean, look how nice this place is, man. Jesus. Look at that. Look at that. This just happened. Happened right now. Highguard shutting down. I'll look at it in a bit. So wait a minute. I wonder if this war is going to last longer than Highguard did. And yeah, I'll find out, but I'm not that surprised at all. And Concord 3, yes, exactly. Low guard already. I mean, it was obviously over. I mean, very clearly it was over. So no injuries are reported. Yeah, they evacuated everybody, but you've got this here. No injuries currently reported. Time to hit back and hard. They are. They're bombing the shit out of them. And so this is the big one that happened today. I don't know if I can show you guys this yet. Let me see if I can pull it up. There were a couple of videos about it, but basically what happened, let me go back and see much later, do I have it over here or not? And yeah, here it is. So Israel totally fucking demolished them. Like basically, they had a... These retards thought that it would be a good idea to get together in a building and decide who the new supreme leader is going to be. Well, you know what Israel is really good at? They're really good at intelligence. And so they found out where that building was. So this is the scattered IRGC documents marked top secret across the street. So there it is. This is the aftermath of the bombing here. Oh, man. Oh, wow. You're fucking insane for glazing it? I'm absolutely glazing it. This is a huge Israel W. They killed a bunch of terrorists trying to elect the new terrorist leader, and now they're dead. They're not in heaven, they're in hell. They're rotting, burning in hell because they are parasites that have taken over a country and sucked the life out of its people for 47 years. They are rotting and burning in hell. Fuck them. 0 virgins. Not 72, 0. Out of your mind. The airstrike instantly demolishes the narrative people had that Mossad hasn't totally infiltrated the Iran and IRGC. Yeah, it's totally over. Look at that. Holy shit. Maybe some blue-haired Karens with septum piercings. Well, they're the ones that are crying about it. Guys, please be a voice Iranian as much as you can. I know there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of creators out there that try to play the easy thing. They try to say the easy thing is that, oh, well, I just don't want a war and I don't support this and everything.
I support it wholeheartedly. Bomb the fuck out of them.
It is the most morally lazy, ethically wrong
Free that
thing
country
to do. I find it to be so pathetic.
from the
Sometimes
disgusting
there
filth
is
that
time
has.
for action. And I think that now is
infected
obviously
it.
a time for action. Crash out who? I mean, Hassan isn't one of those people. He's on the side of Iran, basically, right? I mean, he always, with any issue...
You know exactly where Hassan stands, right? Which side is the terrorists? Oh, that's Hassan's side. There you go. Like, it's that easy.
Something like this happen, he will always find himself on the side of Islamic terrorists every single time. Why is that? I don't fucking know. But at the end of the day, that's the way his brain works. So, again, you can just wait and you'll see that every single time, every single event, every single outcome. It's going to be supporting
literally every single
terrorists. So, anyway, this is what happened. This is the big, oh, they actually blew up the airport, too. They did. Jesus Christ. So they shut down the airport so the roaches can't get away, right? And I think this is a very good decision. And, oh, this is it. Has been elected as the new supreme leader of Iran. Wow, so they got this guy. How about that? We're watching it clear today, day decline of launches in the Islamic Republic, and only 50 missiles on day 4. I mean, if you're getting gassed out on the 4th day, like, I mean, this is not very good. And we'll see whether that's going to happen or not. You look at the UK drones on Flight Tracker, I can't see that. Are the Houthis active, actually? Would you expect them to be hitting ships again? No, because Iran's totally disabled, so they're not being funded. That's the whole reason why you had that happen. Oh, and this is, by the way, guys...
In a ceremony steeped in military pageantry, Iran's Islamic Revolution Guards Corps commissioned this maritime mammoth, the Shahid Bagheri drone carrier multi-mission vessel.
Spoiler alert, they sank it.
Converting a bulk carrier required completely re-engineering the superstructure. This accomplishment showcases our successful development of the indigenous expertise.
Bro, this disgusting rich is drinking Pepsi.
Is that right?
What began as a commercial vessel has been transformed through 2 years of intensive retrofitting into what Iranian commanders now call the floating fortress of drones.
The floating fortress of drones.
Referring to this vessel as merely a drone carrier would be an understatement.
It's more like a barn.
It serves a much broader role as a mobile
I wonder if this guy's dead yet.
extends Iran's military presence into international waters. This versatile vessel is fully capable of conducting a wide array of military operations, which are not limited to deploying and operating aircraft.
Wow.
Featuring a 180-meter flight deck, the state-of-the-art warship is capable of deploying multiple drone squadrons, helicopters, and missile systems, making it a significant addition to Iran's naval fleet.
All these ships have been upgraded to submarines.
The warship is already equipped with some of Iran's most recently unveiled military hardware, including this new drone, the JAS 313.
Wow.
This latest iteration of the Qahir-class stealth drones, the JAS 313, is Iran's most advanced drone yet.
Send those
The
lawnmowers
company is
out.
on board by the Ababil and
get 'em going.
Muhajir reconnaissance drones. But that is not all.
Our adversaries will be compelled to reassess our deterrence capabilities. They must recognize that miscalculations on their part could have severe consequences, as this vessel is just a small part of our overall military strength.
The timing is no coincidence. Coming on the anniversary of the 1979 Islamic Revolution, this commissioning sends a clear message of military self-sufficiency.
But probably the most important capability of Shahid Bagheri is that it can remain at sea for an extended period of up to...
They're not lying. It's remaining at sea for an extended period now.
a year.
Some people are saying it's going to remain in the sea for all of time.
Yep.
A feature that makes it a game changer for the Iranian armed forces.
And from this flight deck in the Strait of Hormuz, Iran...
This is the game changer. It's now on the ocean floor. How about that? And immediately think about, bro, they didn't even get a chance to really use it. That was it. They didn't use it at all. We have a nuclear-powered vessels at sea for 40 years. I know, man. And Rip Highguard, bro,
oh, you still need supplies.
Weak. In this case, they still appear weak. Well, that's the thing, is appearances could be deceiving. Do you think Iran will last for a week? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can. I don't know enough about it to be sure about that. I don't know. This is them popping off. Jesus. What are those, like, all missile things?
Yep.
Oh. Somebody says Hussein Salamani got killed by Israel. So wait, this guy didn't even last 6 months before that video and he's already dead? What a loser. Oh. Right. He didn't last 6 months. I mean, why would you even join? Like, can you imagine, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna join the Iranian military. Like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. You gotta be full ass retarded. Minus $1 million per missile? Yeah. Well, that's it? These are the cheap ones. Then,
yeah, that's the cheap.
So,
those are the cheap ones.
And here you go, right? They are roaching out already. Now, a lot of this is always a little bit uncertain, but you see right here, I looked this up and I don't see any, there was at least nothing that I saw that was a certainty that it was not true. IRGC forces are reportedly fleeing towards Afghanistan. In a video, a man says, until yesterday, these people were wearing IRGC uniforms. Now they've shaved their beards and are wearing masks so no one can recognize them. Welcome to Afghanistan, guys. Wow. Smart. See, I told y'all they'd roach out. I said this before, and the thing is that I don't blame them. I mean, if I was in the IRGC, I'd be getting the fuck out of there too. Absolutely. Like, yeah, 100%. So 2 weeks, they'll be... You might not believe it, but in 2 weeks, this guy's going to actually be running for the for mayor of Birmingham, and he's probably going to win. And they'll have immediately granted him asylum. You know, the guy's already got military experience. He's got government experience, so it just makes sense. Yeah, they should be sending them over to Britain. I think Britain needs more of these people, right? Do you think this is a good idea, though? What is this? I wouldn't want former IRGC members in America. I think that Afghanistan could do kind of a bro move, right? I mean, to make up for that whole thing with, like, you know, 9/11 and all that. They could just, like, tag every single one of these guys, and then as soon as the war's over, just, like, give Israel all the names, give America all the names, or just give the Iranians all the names, and be like, yep, they live right here, go get them. Yep, that's it. And it's kind of true. Yeah, they could do a fuck no. The UK actually has nukes. I know. People are saying the UK is going to be the first Islamic state to have nuclear power. It probably will happen. And it does appear Iran's launch capacity is decreasing. It is. And then these are also doctors in Iran, too.
From inside of Tehran, we thank you, President Tehran. You asked us yesterday what was our...
I love how... Has a president ever had a theme song before? Is that Pakistan? Oh, I forgot about Pakistan. You're right. Jesus, yes. I always forget about Pakistan. Yeah, this is the first one. Is this a new thing now, though? Like, does every president now need a theme song? Like the next president. I feel like they kind of need one, right? It's for oil farming? Yeah. America hasn't won a war since World War II, Big L. Yeah, and you know why? Because it was working as intended. They weren't trying to win a war.
Need help?
They were trying to have a war. And they won the war of having a war really well. 20 years of a war. That's a long fucking war. Man. True, yeah, Vietnam War. I mean, again, like, we're trying to help them get rid of these. Oh, here we go. The shot from the nuclear submarine ripping off character debt. What is this something?
I swear this fucking CD is so loud. Jesus.
Man. Do you remember whenever they had all that AI footage of like them blowing up our aircraft carriers? Remember that? Man. Didn't go too well, huh? Put in Vietnam, yeah. No fucking surprise, but yeah, they've got the actual. Did you see Myron's crash out in the war? No, I didn't see that at all. I think that there's been a tremendous amount of people who are unironically anti-Semitic who don't they side on Iran. They side with Iran because they hate Jews. Like, I don't think this is the majority, and I'm not saying that's Myron either. I like Myron, but like, I do think that there's a large contingency of those people. And I think that, like, it's the other side as well, right? Some people just hate Muslims, and so they're siding with Israel, like, unquestioningly. I mean, you have like biased decision making that's coming from both directions. Oh, this is the meeting that he had.
They're just evil. They're it's not the politics; it's their whole philosophy. It's their whole where they come from. It's terrible. Where they killed 35,000, I thought it was 32. Now it turns out it's much more than 35,000 people. Jesus. And in some cases, using machine guns with people that have no weapon. They have no weapon, and they're being machine gunned. They're being sniped from buildings. They're hitting the people with snipers right through the eyes. It's just a very evil ideology.
It is. And he's right. He's completely right.
Nobody's really seen it.
What's crazy is that everybody thought that Trump was going to get into the White House and put a bunch of fucking lavish gold shit everywhere. And he got into the White House and everything's fucking gold. Like, he actually just did it. Iran only has small boats left after the military sunk all 11 military ships off the Gulf of Oman. Oh, here we go.
Take a look at this new video shared by U.S. CENTCOM. You can see the U.S. is destroying Iran's ballistic missiles so far, hitting 1,250 targets. And President Trump says the most punishing blows have yet to come. And more help is coming too, Sean. The U.S. is deploying more troops to the Middle East and more air assets, as the number of killed U.S. troops now stands at 6. U.S. Central Command shared this video as well of an Iranian ship being absolutely obliterated. The U.S. has sunk 11 Iranian ships. Defense officials tell Fox Iran only has...
Wait a minute, is that the boat? Is that the boat we just saw the video of?
small boats left, but still could mine the Strait of Hormuz. Iran says it's closed. The U.S. says it isn't. Meanwhile, 3 American fighter jets got shot down accidentally by Kuwaiti air defense today. All 6 American pilots are okay. The incident is under investigation. Iran also continues firing on American bases all across.
Yeah, of course, right? And then here we go. Let's see if I can find this as well. And you've got also hundreds of Iranian universities have signed a statement declaring the Constitution of Islamic Republic illegitimate and calling for the immediate transfer of power to the people. This is another thing that like a lot of people aren't talking about, is that inside of Iran, there was already like a rapidly growing dissentiment and like anger at the government there. Like, let me show you guys like how bad their currency is.
The Tauran Chieftains, bro. You've never seen this? Yeah, this is an actual, well, not anymore. These were Blizzard guys. It's like a band, like Jeff Morhaime and stuff. Like the top guys. I didn't realize they put themselves in the game, like actually. I didn't know that, no. I didn't know these guys were in the game. Oh, they're gone. That was kind of cool.
This is it. This is crazy. So usually when you have a graph like this, or you could have a graph like this. So like, let's look at this graph right here, okay? Like, when was the last time we saw a graph like this? Highguard. You know what Highguard got announced today? Shutting down. That's right. Shutting down. So anybody who has a graph like this, it's over. It's totally fucking over. And keep in mind, this is at 2016. Like it basically went to escape velocity, and now the Iranian rial, it's like you can't do anything with it. It's fucking like monopoly money. And so anyway, they've totally lost. Oh, here's another one here. Yeah, there we go. It's just gone. The black market dollar exchange rates for the rial has risen sharply, reflecting the poor state of the country's economy. So you can see, right? I mean, this is just a totally escape velocity. Yeah, it's out of control. Like, you can't get away. It's not coming back. Like, you're not going to be able to like rein this in and figure it out. Follow the value of the. Look at this. This is wow. And just keep in mind, this stops at 2025.
Oh, fuck.
Buy now? Yeah, look at this. This is awful. And so anyway, let me go back. Let me just do a conversion, okay? So for $1, for $1 For $1, it's only how much?
1.3 million.
See here. It is 1,345,000 rials. If you are a $1 owner in America, you are a millionaire in Iran. Yeah. That's it, guys. Yeah, who here is a $1 owner, and who has $1 here? And it's just, this is insane. The whole thing, it's totally collapsed. Look at this here. Oh my God. It's totally off a fucking cliff. And it's not like it was any better from before. It was circling the fucking drain, very obviously. And now I have 4. Well, you're a 4 millionaire then. That's crazy. And so, yes, people don't realize how bad it really is. And this is Majid Reza, Iran's newly appointed defense manager, has been killed in strikes just 2 days after taking office. Not a good day to be Majid. Not a good day at all. And try the other way around. Yeah. And what if I have check the price of things as comparison? It's just like realistic. Of course, the value of rial is fucked. It's totally fucked. And that's what I was saying. Where is this here? This is the one I showed you guys earlier. I'll pull up some more information about this stuff too, because oh, is this it? Oh, this is the Spain thing. I want to talk about that more. And yeah, is this what I've seen before?
Listen, let me explain to you guys this in simple English. Okay? Iran is run by lunatics, religious fanatic lunatics. They have an ambition to have nuclear weapons. They intend to develop those nuclear weapons behind a program of missiles and drones and terrorism that the world will not be able to touch them for fear of those things. And this is the weakest they've ever been. Yep. Now is the time to go after them. The president made the decision to go after them, take away their missiles, take away their navy, take away their drones, take away their ability to make those things so that they can never have a nuclear weapon. That's why the president made this decision. It was the right decision, and the world will be a safer place when these radical clerics no longer have access to these weapons. You see how
gotta shut them down.
They're using them now. Imagine how they would use them a year from now if they had more of these.
Exactly. Yep, definitely. 100% sounding like a president? Yeah, he is. And Spain's government responds to Trump's cutting ties with them. Oh, I'm gonna look at that in a bit. And love being an Iranian trillionaire. You're an Iranian trillionaire. That's pretty good. And what is this? Confirmed B-52 bombers. Ooh, those are the old ones. Wow. And this is the one we already saw before. Iran launched 2 ballistic missiles tonight at Qatar. One was intercepted. The other one struck the airbase. Uh-oh. And ITV weapons have been smuggled into western Iran last year to arm thousands of Kurdish volunteers. There's a chance that Trump might ally with the Kurdish mercenaries and help them overwhelm the IRGC to prevent us having to, like, do anything other than that, right? Like, send troops over there or something. I don't think anybody wants that. So, this is also... Man. Man. He really, it just really, it hasn't been going well for him, right? I mean, it really, it's not good. They're all gone. Yeah, really bad track record. And, wow. And Putin's a CIA asset, I guess, right? Well, when will Trump bomb Putin? That's not going to happen. And, man, just... It's bad, man. It is. And yeah, I guess that's how it is now. And Trump's reportedly Putin's dog, right? Oh, people were just making that up the whole time, right? And where are the rest of these? Confirm Iran's new defense minister who replaced the previous... We can now confirm that Iran's new defense minister, who replaced the previous defense minister, who had replaced the defense minister before him, has been eliminated. Oh, man. Wow. Russia has the bigger nukes? Yeah, I guess so. Trump should help the Spain regime change. Maybe you're right. And from another perspective, Putin can't ally with Western people, so those are his only options. Yeah, I don't know. That's the hat trick? Yeah, guys, this time, they're going to have it for sure this time, okay? And where is this?
Yeah, Bill, Dana, good morning. I do want to just start with some breaking news here before I show you the scene of one of these cluster munition impacts just outside of Tel Aviv. But I'm told by a senior Israeli official that the Israelis just struck the Supreme Council gathering where the Iranians were meeting to choose a new supreme leader.
Yeah, okay, I did see this. Yeah, this is the new supreme leader, guys. Iranian, look at this here. Iranian suicide drones. Yeah, we saw it already.
New supreme leader, same as the old one. Dead as a doornail.
And what is this here? Iranian suicide drones are striking the port of Salana in Oman. This is the same Oman that did everything that they could to help Iran avoid a war by holding peace talks between the U.S. and Iran and Oman. This is how Iran repays the favor. This is what you get for being an ally to Iran. Thanks a lot, guys. Oh, we really tried to help him out, and then you do this shit. Yep, suicide drones, that's a missile. I don't think it's a missile. What's the sound? Is there something happening? No, it's just random stuff. I have the volume on in the background. I hope it's not too distracting. And where's the other ones here? Where the fuck was I looking at? I got wrapped up in this. I forgot where the hell it was. And there's so many of these. There we go. I think this might be it. And Iran should start bombing Russia for fun. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them at this point. I really wouldn't. And oh, this is also, so this is the stuff about Spain. Let me see if I can find a longer clip about this, because I am just shocked that Spain would not want to help us. But where is the clip for this? Give me 1 second. Is this it? Oh, this is him talking about, like, them forcing Israel's hand. Here we go.
If Israel forced your hand to launch these strikes against Iran, did Netanyahu pull the United States into this war?
No, I might have forced their hand. You see, we were having negotiations with these lunatics, and it was my opinion that they were going to attack first. They were going to attack if we didn't do it. Yep. They were going to attack first. I felt strongly about it. And we have great negotiators, great people, people that do this very successfully, and have done it all their lives very successful. And based on the way the negotiation was going, I think they were going to attack first. And I didn't want that to happen.
Don't let them do it.
So if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand. But Israel was ready, and we were ready, and we've had a...
So there it is. That whole narrative that they invented yesterday was bullshit. Now, you could say that, oh, they're actually lying, and Trump's just saying that, and the truth is that Israel is controlling him, and he just doesn't want to tell people that. But other than... Wait, oh, here we go. Missile sirens now in Israel. Let's get it.
I've actually becoming,
alerts.
over the last couple of years, quite familiar with the Tel Aviv skyline.
Watch the whole thing. It's only 29 minutes. Yeah, I will. I'll watch it probably later on. 5 more missiles. No, this is the time they're gonna really get it right. Okay, they're gonna show Israel what happens when you mess with Iran. So, this is a Russian tanker. Holy shit. Wow, okay. Well, we'll see what happens. This dumbass can only escalate harder. Instead of choosing a moderate reformist and begging the U.S. to end the war, the IRGC picked out an even crazier and more retarded supreme leader than the last one. That's hard to do. That is. That's really hard to do. Massive crowds erupt in Iran asking for revenge on the USA. Really? Wow. Let's see when these crowds happen. Let's go ahead and find out. And is this true? Is it accurate or not? This is 2028. I don't know if this is February 2028. Oh, no, this is February 28th. Is this accurate or not? It says it's something else. The core claim checks out. So the images are unsure, right? I'm not sure if this is it or not. 2028. I just read the wrong number. And it's fake. No internet in Iran. I have no idea whether that's it or not. You've seen the newest tweet? Tyler's Patreon got shut down after the Jews website? Yeah, I saw that too. We know, we fucking around. I mean, I have no idea. Iran conflict update, what happened in the last few hours. No signs of slowing down. It's getting worse. Oh boy. He's not ruling out ground troops. There's no reason you should rule anything out. And Trump confirmed the U.S. struck Iran's new leadership today. Pretty substantial. Says Iran is beaten militarily. No Navy, no Air Force, no radar. Israel bombed the assembly of experts. While they were meeting to elect the next supreme leader, Mossad posted the message in Farsi beforehand. It doesn't matter who is chosen. His fate has been decreed. Oh, man. Okay, well, I guess that's what happens, right? Yeah, the assembly of bozos. IDF gave all the remaining Iranian regime representatives in Lebanon a 24-hour ultimatum: leave or be targeted. Holy shit. Lebanon's government just banned Hezbollah's military operations. Holy fuck, that's wow. Ordered the group to surrender all weapons to the Lebanese air forces. Wait, wow. Wait, yeah, I didn't know this at all. So they don't want to get bombed by Israel. No, this looks like from a while ago. Yeah, this isn't new at all. Like, I don't think this is what just happened in the last few hours. Yeah, where is this? I'm looking for latest, maybe. Like, what does latest say? I don't see it anywhere. If this is true, yeah, where is this? Nobody's saying this. This sounds like bullshit. But maybe it isn't. I mean, I guess it's all very new, so who knows? Kuwait internet's going down? Really? Wow. I wonder why. And U.S. consulate in Dubai has hit. Gas prices just posted their largest single-day spike since 2005. That's it. And Trump ordered the development of finance to provide insurance for tankers. Yeah, so oil doesn't go up too much, right? Iraq is shutting up Rumelia, one of the biggest oil fields in the world. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I would expect that. Let's see here. Israeli Air Force, 1,600 missions flown, 4,000 bombs dropped. That's a lot of fucking bombs. And so, and then also the Natanz. This is one of the facilities that was bombed by America like 6 months ago.
You know, China is looking at this going like, fuck. We thought we were further along.
They are trying to obviously rebuild it. Johnson's new tweet. What is this here? Has been selected as the new leader. I think I saw that, didn't I? Let me see if I pull it up here. And where did it go? I'll see this here. Where the fuck is it? And Ayatollah Khomeini, Mojtaba Khomeini, has been selected to replace him as supreme leader of Iran. Well, what do you guys think? How long is he going to last? Is it going to be days or hours? Like, maybe, I guess we'll find out pretty soon. You know, like, he looks thrilled. Yeah, this is not the face of a guy who's excited to take on a new role like this. I mean, I'll be honest, I wouldn't be if I was him either. I'd be like, oh, fuck, no, guys, come on. Can't you pick somebody different? Like, what is this, 48 business hours at most? I guess we're going to find out, right? It's probably not going to look very good for him, I'll tell you that. And, oh, there's this here, too. And what is this? Oh, this is the Dubai embassy. I don't know if I saw this part.
These cameras was that a drone unfortunately struck a parking lot adjacent to the Chancellery building, and then set off a fire in that place. All personnel are accounted for. As you're aware, we began drawing down personnel from our diplomatic facilities in advance of this. In the cases, for example, of Beirut, we basically drew down to bare bones, as well as in Baghdad and in Erbil and in a couple other posts as well. So we've been very fortunate, obviously, but our embassies and our diplomatic facilities are under direct attack from a terroristic regime. With an update, I will obviously refer you to the Department of War. Suffice it to say that our objectives remain as they've been identified from the beginning and by the president.
Yeah, just about getting rid of their missiles and military. I think that makes sense. Someone's mad again. Is somebody upset? What is this here? This is, oh, here we go. Hassan retweeting. What a surprise. What is this? Asmongold suggests mass killings in Iran. What is this clip about it? Draft Asmongold to fight Israel's war. Finally, we have a Secretary of War that has Crusader tattoos. He says, fuck around and find out. And they're bombing people. And yeah, it's going to happen, guys. Sorry to say. Until they're all gone? Absolutely. I think that a lot of people... I think that the peacetime that we've experienced for such a long time has really kind of made people soft to the reality of just mass killing people. It works amazingly well. Trust me. If you look at the history books, you will see that mass killing people works really, really fucking well. And you know how you can prove that? Look at the IRGC. Why are they still in power after there were protests against them across the entire country? It's because they started mass killing their own people. Of course it works. This is the kind of like Western brain rot, no, killing a bunch of people that disagree with you doesn't work. Absolutely it does. There is every single bit of evidence in the entire book of history. This is the thing. Oh, well, you can't just do this. All right, look at history. Oh, it worked here, it worked here, it worked here, it worked here. It always works. Duh. Like, this is the type of, like, brain rot, like, oh, wow, like, this is, oh, no, it's totally, we can go through this, and there doesn't need to have any violence, and you can't be violent, or you won't get them to agree. What are you talking about? Absolutely. Draft Hassan? Well, they don't need to draft Hassan for the IRGC. He's already working for them as a propagandist. So I don't know why he's even saying this about me. I need to fight Israel's war. Every single time it's worked. So every page, every chapter, every story is based off of that every single time. And again, this is not an alternative that you can have peace to. This is an alternative that you can have. You cannot negotiate with religious fanatic zealots. You can kill them, though. And if you kill enough of them, then more people won't want to be religious fanatic zealots. I know this might sound crazy, but there is a point where they'll stop respawning. A perpetual, ongoing war that costs the lives of thousands of people. Yes. And by the way, this is the morally and ethically good position to have, by the way. You have to keep in mind that what these people are doing is they are systematically oppressing, killing, and destroying a country with almost 100 million people in it. And not only that, but they're allocating the little amount of money that they have to, instead of paying for water and the well-being of their own citizens, they're further funding terrorism across the Middle East to kill other innocent people Israel. They're funding Hamas that rape and kill Palestinians and Israelis. They're funding Hezbollah that terrorize people in Lebanon. They're funding the Houthis that randomly attack ships because they've decided that nobody's allowed to use the water. And they're spending all this money, and this money, these people kill American citizens, they kill American soldiers, and also they kill people that are in the region as well. So this entire premise that there's somehow a moral high ground of allowing a country to continue doing that. Oh, and also, by the way, they're selling drones to Russia to kill Ukrainians. So not only are they doing this to the Middle East, but they're exporting their bullshit over to Russia so they can do it too. They're funding, let me think. Well, those are the main ones, right? And that's not even to count what they do to the people inside of their own country. They literally turned off the internet. They killed 30,000 people, probably a lot more than that. There's body bags lining the fucking streets. They're going into the hospitals to double tap the people that were wounded. I mean, for anybody to think that there's even a question, even a semblance of moral authority that you can use to justify not immediately destroying this regime, you are out of your fucking mind and you are just pushing propaganda. You can, for once, put a stop to it, or at least try to put a stop to it. And part about the hospital, true. I saw a video of it. Yeah. You can't say you can't say the truth like that, bro. Yeah, you can't say that, guys. That's it. And that's not gonna crash out over this one. No, I'm telling you, it didn't work for Hitler. My grandpa wiped out 500 Nazis. Yeah. Well, yeah, because the entire world like turned against them, and he totally fucked up. Like that's the reason why. Yeah. And Hitler also did points to Hitler being nearly successful in his aim for world domination. He was. This is an undeniable fact. Like, what are you talking about? Take over a lot of Europe. Like, what are you talking about? Hitler was massively powerful, and it took the entire world turning against him to stop that, and then him going to fucking Russia and then killing his army in the fucking Russian winter. Yep. Like, what are we talking about? Some dumbass argument, if you kill your enemy's moral spawn, Naruto brains need to be banned. Yeah, I know. But, so people are mad about me saying this. Well, guess what? They're mad about the fact that it's true. And if you don't think it's true, just wait for Israel and America to do the same thing. And then all of your hero terrorists that you keep running defense for, they're all going to be dead. And after that, things can finally get better. Despite everybody kicking and screaming, begging, please don't kill our terrorists. Specifically cut out the part where you're talking about the IRGC. And John Fetterman said the same thing. Oh, this is it. Yeah, of course I'm talking about the IRGC. I mean, why would I be talking about the Iranian people? That's retarded. Oh, here we go. Here's John Fetterman.
55 of them were killed, and I think they just blew up 80 of the randoms mullahs, too.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that was pretty great, actually. So, all right.
Yeah, it was. And hopefully there's more. And exactly, it's embarrassing. It really is. And yeah, what is this? Is there another one here? Let me pull this one up. Somebody else is linking me one. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. Is it? I think I saw this. Iran handling 8 countries alone.
Hey, that little boy is playing 3 games at once. Checkmate. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Dang.
Hey, that little boy is playing 3 games at once.
Man, how about that?
Checkmate. Checkmate.
Dang.
That's sad. So good. I know. It's fucking embarrassing. But yes, obviously you have a bunch of people that are going out and they're trying to defend the terrorist regime in Iran, trying to justify it, etc. In Tehran, regime forces are firing at Iranians, shouting anti-regime slogans from their windows. Oh, wow, this is what you're defending. This is great. Wow, no, we shouldn't stop these people. There's no way. New missile alert? Okay, I'll take a look at that in just a second, all right? Why would you shoot at this? Why would you shoot at random people in an apartment building? The sooner this parasite can be excised from the world, the better. These people are terrible. And I'm glad that we finally have Trump and a few other people, and I mean, listen, begrudgingly so, Israel, that is willing to help wipe these people out.
can't carry anymore.
What else is new?
So I've been catching up on some 2024 movies that I hadn't seen yet.
Correct.
So I watched just the two movies, most recent movies I watched before Breakdown, rewatching Breakdown, were Challengers, the Luca Guadagnino film, and Baby Girl with Nicole Kidman.
You are a real weird pervert, aren't
Well, this was an unintentional double feature of like hyper-sexualized movies. They're both just like, they're all about sex. Sex is like a metaphor for other things. Or in the case of Challengers, tennis is a metaphor for sex. So every time there's a tennis match in this movie, it's basically a sex scene. So those are the two most recent movies I watched. And then I rewatched Breakdown. And you get to the third act and all those cars are running into each other, ramming into each other, running through each other. And I was like, is this sex?
Welcome to our review of Breakdown.
A revisit.
Revisit.
For me, it's a revisit from 6 months ago since I watched it for the first time.
Yeah, that's
recently.
weird.
I never saw it. It was a movie, I don't know why. It was, we were talking recently about the idea of forgotten 90s movies.
Yes.
Because
I
there's
always
a
think
lot
of
them.
Mercury Rising. It's because I worked in a movie theater during like the heyday. And 1997, like so many movies. And Breakdown is among them, but I would just go and watch a movie after my shift or some random night of the week, free movie, go in and I watched Breakdown. And I think I was like the only person in the theater. It was like a nighttime, 10 o'clock show, 2 people in there, whatever. And I'm like, this was really good. And I haven't seen it since 1997.
Kurt Russell. You better pray. She's alive.
Well, 1997, your options on the weekend were to get drunk, go on America Online, or go see a movie.
Yeah.
Sit in a chat room on America Online. Surf the web. You've got mail. Or go to a movie. Or get wasted.
Yeah.
Those are three options.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, he's not wrong.
Weekend movies would just movie theaters packed. It's a totally different landscape now, as we've discussed many times. But
now you just have the big tentpole movies. You don't have the in-between movies.
Yeah, you do, but 58 people see them.
But there's movies like that. Like now, movies are, if they're smaller, they're more niche. Movies like a film festival type thing, Challengers, movies like that. But these are like Breakdown, big studio, wide release movie.
It was actually an independent film.
Oh, it got picked up by a studio.
Fucking bird shield bash me.
It was Dino De Laurentiis.
Yeah, fairly low budget movie. The director,
Jonathan Mostow.
Jonathan Mostow. I think this was his first kind of bigger movie. He did some kind of army movie before that, and then Dino De Laurentiis helped him with some money for post-production to finish the movie, and then he's like, oh, let's do this. Jonathan Mostow,
he did
Terminator 3?
Terminator 3, and that was the last. He has a couple other directing credits after that, but that was and that was a decent hit. It's not very well liked, but it did okay. But you watch this movie and you can kind of understand why you would get the job doing Terminator 3.
Sure.
Because this is very
There's a truck.
It's a truck, chase scenes, lots of practical stunts and effects work.
James Cameron said, who did that movie with the truck? It's like George Lucas with David Lynch. Who directed that movie with all the sand in it? David Lynch?
He took me upstairs, and he showed me these things called Wookiees.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. We're celebrating him by talking about Breakdown.
Yes. A film David Lynch would have loved because of its very clear, structured narrative.
This is kind of a perfect little thriller. It's like 90 minutes. It has what I was impressed when I first watched it 6 months ago for the first time was the escalation, the pacing of it. It's very well paced. And it builds, like I was talking about the end car chase scene. It's pretty big, but it builds up to that.
It's earned.
It's earned.
As you like to say, it's earned. It
Yes.
is. I remember the standout parts for this because it has been nearly 30 years. And the standout parts was like, okay, yeah, that truck driver guy, kind of like being creepy and denying taking his wife away, the breakdown of the car, and then I remember Kurt Russell climbing under a truck. What is Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark style. And I'm like, I remember that really being good, but I forgot about the barn and the house and the whole, like, I forgot Jack Lipworthy is in the film, everyone's favorite
Did you
actor.
intentionally call him the wrong name?
I've made that joke in a past video.
Oh, because he has big lips?
Yes, but his name is Noseworthy, and he has a tiny nose. So the man is a living contradiction.
Well, they think I'm a dummy, but I ain't.
But I mentioned like the lasting power of this movie, right? This is kind of like a one and done, because it's not nonstop action. To compare it to like something like Terminator 2. Yeah, Terminator 2. We know the plot. You know, the liquid robot's going to come back and try to kill Sarah Connor's son now?
Yes. That is the plot of Terminator 2.
Although they could have just sent him back to 1984 before Arnold showed up and killed Sarah Connor.
Time travel movies.
Time travel movies. You Sarah Connor?
No, she's at the club, getting stabbed by some cop with metal knuckles.
Oh no, I vanish. Anyways, but so Terminator 2, you watch it 100 million times because there's so many great action set pieces, and this is an action movie, but it's also like a Hitchcockian thriller.
Yeah.
And that kind of unfolds and unravels, and it's like it's not great for a rewatch. It's a great little mystery movie to kind of like you go along the adventure with Kurt Russell, who is mild-mannered Jeff Taylor from Boston, Massachusetts, and his wife, who's the actress?
Kathleen Quinlan.
Yeah.
This is an Event Horizon reunion. Event Horizon came out the same year as this, and Jack Noseworthy and Kathleen Quinlan are both in that too.
Hot dog.
So
they are traveling across country. So he has some kind of job change.
They don't get into specifics too much because it doesn't really matter.
Which is funny you bring that up because there's the whole 10-minute intro.
Oh.
Did you not do your research for
I did
this,
some
Jay?
research. I didn't have the Blu-ray. I didn't
We'll
have
talk about that as
bonus
well.
stuff. Okay.
They set him up. He has bought this Jeep Grand Cherokee, which in 1997 was a nice car. I mean, Jeeps are still nice. They're expensive cars. And
Sure.
back then, this was like top of the line, expensive.
Yes.
And
He's wearing his polo and his khakis.
it's a rich East Coaster heading into redneck middle of nowhere.
But I suppose that rig of yours there is what you really need out here, huh?
Why would you want a piece of shit like that when you got a ride like this?
It's one of my favorite, and this was a 90s staple. I don't know if you would call it a genre or just a trope, but the upper class family whose life is terrorized by an outside threat. I love those movies, sometimes in kind of a guilty pleasure way, but yeah, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, movies like that. And this fits right into that. I don't remember where I heard it. Someone somewhere referred to these types of movies as the yuppie nightmare movie.
Snowballs? They still make this stuff?
Kidding, it's probably gourmet cuisine around here.
The script is tight. It's tight.
Yes.
The wife is like, she's charming, she's kind. He spent all of his money on this car. they're not rich. That's the
They have the appearance though to these southern redneck characters.
Yeah,
as
they
being
judge them based on what they're wearing. They have a nice car,
Yeah.
the Massachusetts license plate. So they're one of their targets. This is an operation where they target unsuspecting travelers and extort money from them. So that's the plot, which isn't a mystery or anything like that.
And they abduct Kurt Russell's wife
Yes.
early on. So the rest of the movie is him looking for his wife and discovering this whole operation.
You can portray a wife in 1997 as two things: a hot trophy wife or a nagging nag. And she's neither.
Yeah.
She's nice. She's kind. She's not going, "You fucking put all of our money into this car." And she's not a ditzy bimbo.
Right.
Those are the two like stereotypes for the wife. She's like a normal lady.
You can choose between $90,000 or 90,000 donuts.
And she's funny. She's looking at the wrapper for the donuts. She's like, $90,000 or 90,000 donuts.
What would you do with 90,000 donuts?
Sell them for 30 cents each and pay off this car.
And also, you are with him from the very first frame of the movie to the very last frame of the movie.
That's why it's funny you mentioned.
And these are the kind of movies I like because I'm like with him and going, what decision would I make at this point?
Yeah.
It's perfect protagonist.
That's a big thing with this movie is, yeah, like I mentioned, the pacing of it. Like his slow kind of realization of what's going on and his logical attempts to deduce what's happening.
Yeah.
It's very methodical. The first act of this movie, when his wife is missing, he goes to that diner and he's like working out every possible solution that makes sense that doesn't immediately go to, oh no, there's danger.
Yeah.
And I like that pacing.
Yeah.
And that's why Kurt Russell's great in this too. Like he plays that perfectly. Because the opening is, the redneck truck kind of cuts him off.
Yeah.
And then they go to the gas station and that truck is there. And the truck driver, big mustachioed cowboy hat man, starts chit-chatting with him at the gas station. And Kurt Russell is trying to be pleasant, he's trying to be cool. And then there's that moment where the truck driver says, like, you had a CB handle name, it'd be Shithead. And Kurt Russell does this,
Shit
like,
for brains.
Shit for brains.
Shit for brains.
And then Kurt Russell has this moment of like, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And he plays it, it's very like understated. He's great in this.
He's not looking for trouble, and he's not being flashy either.
Yeah.
He's not like a stereotypical yuppie. Like he doesn't deserve this. He's not like, hey honey, go here's 100. See if the little cat, they make a couple little jokes in the car about like when she's playing with the donuts. He's like, oh, that must be fine cuisine around. But they do it in the privacy of their own car, and they're not obnoxious about their wealth or anything like that.
And that also establishes so much relies on these donuts, so much in the plot. Because that scene also establishes they're like 90,000, like that would be a lot of money to them.
But also within the movie, there's little hidden things. Nothing's quite perfectly spelled out. Like the moment when the bad guy messes with his car, we don't see it. Mm-hmm. He has his hood up and he's like filling the gas tank up. The wife, I think she went in the store. I can't remember, but. Like obviously, and they don't flash back to it. Later the guy says, "You shouldn't leave your fucking hood up."
What the hell?
I just thought of this movie with Clark Griswold. Come on, Dad.
National Lampoon's Breakdown Vacation.
Yeah, he's gonna get in the truck.
I didn't see it. I saw them when you and Mom were trying to fold the map.
Better check under the hood.
Whoa, an airbag!
After they kidnap his wife, eventually they get to Kurt Russell, and they're like, he goes in the bank, and he's trying to tell the bank teller, or the bank manager, he's like, listen to me.
He's all sweaty and bleeding.
And then some guy that he perceives to be part of the gang probably even isn't.
That guy looks like a redneck. He looks poor. He's probably in on it.
He's probably in on it, yeah. He gets like $5,000, right? And he wants more. He wants like advances on his credit cards. He really doesn't have any money. And the bank manager's like, I can just do the $5,000. He's like, all right. Kurt Russell goes in the bathroom. He's like looking for like a weapon or something, and he takes the handle from a plunger, just put it up his sleeve. It's like, oh fuck, I have nothing.
Yeah.
And then he grabs the little wraps that indicate how much money is in a wrap. Puts it in his pocket. Cut to, he leaves the bank, and he's got like a canvas bag from the bank. For $5,000. This is kind of a little bit of a clunky setup because then it's revealed that it's all singles. Like he asks for it, and can I get that $5,000 and nothing but singles and maybe
couple
like
hundreds to put
a
on the
handful of
outside,
$100 bills. Yeah, and so they don't show you that either. So there's little mysteries set up that are revealed later, as a good script would do. It doesn't spell everything out for you.
There was one moment that I thought was going to be a setup, and it turned out not to be.
Yeah, I got something for you.
Which is we get to the third act, which is the main bad guy, character actor man, J.T. Walsh.
Who died a year after this movie came out.
He died a year after this movie came out.
He died very young.
I looked up him, and there's the two main villains in this movie are prominent character actors. Both have names that are letters. J.T. Walsh and M.C. Gainey. And I looked them up. I was like, both of those men had to have been on some sort of Star Trek at some point. Neither of them were ever on Star Trek. I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
But J.T. Walsh gets to his house, and Kurt Russell is on the top of the truck, and he's kind of watching. And J.T. Walsh hands he's like, here, I got you something, son. And he gives his son a Swiss Army knife. I was like, oh, that's probably going to come into play at some point. And it's never brought up again. I thought that was like because they show him like giving it to his son. I thought that maybe Kurt Russell was going to use it in some way. But
something got cut?
Maybe, something, but it felt like a setup.
No pun intended. No, the setup with the son is great.
I guess you could say that's like, oh, he has a weapon, but then he turns out to have a much more powerful weapon than a Swiss Army
maybe
knife.
That was the point. The fake out. The expertly directed shot, right? Kurt Russell comes into the house, and they pan by. He knows the kid is there. He knows there's a kid and a wife, because he sees them, and then they pan by a gun rack with guns on it, and then there's a little like sitting room or something, and you see the kid. You see video games being played, and it's like a shoot 'em up.
It's Doom.
Oh, is it
original Doom?
And I'm like, Kurt Russell doesn't look in the room. He's like, that's the kid.
Yeah.
The
kid is not a kid.
If that was today, he would be like, oh, that's his 35-year-old son who still lives at home.
Yeah.
But in 1997, that's a kid, and then it pans over, and so you got guns available. The kid is playing a shooting game. And he disregards him, as a non-threat.
Yeah.
Moves into the kitchen. So it's like, and all that comes into play. The kid is holding the gun, but he doesn't have the courage to pull the trigger.
Do what I tell you to do. Squeeze that trigger now. Come on.
Put it down, Deke. Do it!
But it's nice to have a character who, like we said, you're following him and his sort of logic of trying to put this whole thing together. And as he goes along, he gets more desperate and more primal. But he never makes any decisions, and movies like this hinge on this. He never makes any decisions where you're like, oh, that's stupid, or that's being done solely to get to a certain plot point.
Correct.
Everything he does kind of makes sense for the most part. The only thing, and it's a kind of something you have to get past since it's the setup for the whole movie, is the idea of the wife even going with the truck driver at all. Like, they don't know this guy. I guess they figure he's a truck driver, he's a professional. You kind of have to get past that. That's the only thing where I'm like, you know what, I wouldn't just go with a complete stranger like that.
Well, it's an interesting, that's the dilemma right off the bat is if he goes, he leaves his wife alone in the car. If both of them go, which probably was the best decision, would have been the best decision.
If they both went, yeah.
They both went. They leave all their stuff and all their suitcases and stuff on the roof of the car. I would say your wife safety trumps your stuff.
Yes.
So.
But it's kind of her decision to go. And he's sort of, he's like, okay, yeah, go ahead. He's very, like, laid back about it.
Yeah, his manhood was challenged by the truck driver because he's like, oh, you're running this thing really hot, like, because he was flooring it. Remember, he was going really fast.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's just overheated. These brand new cars overheat. Don't you know that? Aren't you a man?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, honey, it's just overheated. And he wanted to prove that he was right.
Right. He knows about cars too.
Yeah.
He knows that's all that's wrong with it.
But it's interesting, like I watched the movie and then I ripped it and to look at some of the extras. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back and look because it's a fun little test of the first time J.T. Walsh comes with the truck and then the second time the cop comes because you're kind of like, it's like a memory test.
Officer, I don't know. I'm driving along. This fellow runs me off the road, starts hollering about his wife. I swear, I've never seen him before in my life.
I was like, is it the same truck? Is it the same guy even?
What?
I was like, is it, because my memory was starting to go, because you're focused on, like Kurt Russell, you're in his shoes. You're focused on, like, the whole situation. Like, should I send the wife? And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so he's there. It's the same truck. It is the same exact license plate, same markings, but he is wearing glasses. That's the big difference. But he has a slightly different hat on.
Okay.
The first time it's just an American flag, and the second time it's USA with the American flag in it. It's like it's the same type of like patriotic hat, but it's slightly different.
Okay.
And he has glasses on.
And that's another scene where Kurt Russell plays it great, where he's like questioning. He's like, "Well, I saw you 30 minutes ago. You took off with my wife."
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, but I've never seen you before in my life.
What are you doing? Like he can't even wrap his head around like why this would be happening. Like,
yeah, I was thinking about if Quentin Tarantino made this movie.
Oh.
Because it was the 97. I think it was like what came out then. I don't know.
It was 97 Jackie Brown? I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, but I was like, he comes into that room, the kitchen. They're all sitting having breakfast in the farmhouse at the end, and I just pictured like headshots, like
explosions of gore.
I'm like, I just smoke everyone in that room except the wife.
Yeah.
And then tell the wife to get his keys. Just smoke everyone in that room. Bam! But, you know, he's not a monster.
Right. Yeah, no, this whole thing, everything feels so grounded, which is why when you get to the, I don't know, would you call the action at the end over the top? It's not really. It's like on the verge of it. It gets a little silly when like the truck is dangling off it gets very movie. But I feel like by that point, you're with it.
Yeah. It's justified. And
I like little moments that feel unmovie-like, where we find out J.T. Walsh has this like cellar under his barn. That's where he stores victims and stuff. And that's where Kathleen Quinlan is. And so when Kurt Russell has the upper hand and he's making them go down there, J.T. Walsh turns around. And he's about to give like a villain monologue.
You better remember this, fella. Because no matter where you go, how far.
And Kurt Russell just kicks him in the face.
Yeah.
He doesn't even get to do it. Wherever you... Nope, we're done with this.
Yeah, I'm sick of you. But let's move on to the broader topic. What is the flaw? What is the crucial flaw here?
I was going to say that as far as the movie itself, there isn't really any. But if you're talking about the larger scale of like what makes a movie memorable or stick in pop culture,
here's the double-edged sword. When he kicks J.T. Walsh off the dangling truck at the end, there's that moment. He doesn't say, yuppie. He doesn't have a line.
Yeah.
It's that line moment. And all these kind of movies all end with the hero and the villain, so that line isn't there. Yeah. Or he doesn't go batshit in the middle, like a Quentin Tarantino film. There's no like weird expletive rants. There's no gunshots. He doesn't, what's that one movie where the guy says like, I'm here to, is it They Live? I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of bubble gum. There's no little like moments like that make it like culty.
I have come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubble gum.
It's all so straight, and that goes with, and I was marveling at the production. As simple, beautiful, 35mm film, real driving. Real cars.
Those stunts at the end, the cars flipping over, and there's a couple miniature shots I noticed.
The truck
pretty
sequence
obvious,
was miniatures, but
aside from that, it all feels very grounded and real. Yeah.
You could tell this guy, Jonathan Mostow, is like he's just a solid director for hire kind of guy. He's not like a visionary. These are the shots in the film. The only time he ever gets like creative is when Kurt Russell, he is like duct taped up the bad guy, and he's like, it's an effective shooting, and he's got his neck duct taped around the headrest thing. Yeah. But he also has like a neck injury from the knife, so he's in pain, and Kurt Russell keeps slamming on the brakes. And then he's like, brah, the camera's like pushing in, snapping in or something. And that's like, okay, this shot calls for that. It calls for a dramatic camera move.
Yeah. Because it's a herky-jerky movement of a vehicle.
And
so you do these herky-jerky quick cuts. Yeah.
But nothing else is like crazy low-angle shots, Dutch angle, and the cameras,
Not needed for this.
Efficient, proficient, competent, from beginning to end. We see everything, and I was waiting for a button on the end. It's imperfect in its perfection, because I'm just imagining as an audience member, like, the ending is there. He's sitting with his wife on the bridge. The truck has killed him again, which was awesome.
I want to say I read that was Kurt Russell was originally going to do it, and then he suggested to have the wife do it.
Makes so much sense.
That's great. She's,
And the director was like, "It's not in the script." Hey, I had the wife do it. She didn't do anything the whole movie, and this is her moment, The guy fucking tied her up, put her in a body bag under the truck. She's gonna suffocate.
Put her in a freezer.
Yeah. And she didn't say, like, female yuppies rule. Nothing like that. Nothing stupid. But in some cases, stupid is good because stupid is memorable. And so the camera's like craning up, booming up, and they're on the bridge, and then it just kind of gently fades to credits.
Yeah, which I was okay with. You mentioned there was an opening.
Yes.
Is that pre-driving?
Yes.
Okay.
So the opening is Jonathan Masso, the director, was very much against this.
Producers bought in another writer, and that writer said, well, you can't just start a movie with two people driving the desert. You need to understand who their characters are. So this other writer wrote like 10 pages of stuff.
So the backstory was this, he's like, I don't, we'll shoot it last. If there's money left, we'll shoot it. He was very much against it. They did a screening. Everyone loved the movie with the opening because they ended up shooting it. And the opening is Kurt Russell's job was he was like a war cameraman. And he was in like Bosnia, like a war zone. And he's like filming with the camera. He's like, ah, and people are getting shot and there's explosions. And he's like, I'm done being a war cameraman. I want to change jobs to something else.
Watching the movie in its current state, that is not anything I would picture his character doing.
No.
He just seems like every man.
Right. Whoever this writer was like, okay, he's not an ex-Green Beret, because then he would solve this problem pretty quickly.
Right.
But he's not like a wimpy, accountant. He has some war experience, so he's not like, weak-stomached enough to handle this, but not so much to where he couldn't easily solve this problem.
Oh, God.
They shot it, and then like everyone was basically like, well, the movie works without it. And Jonathan Moss was like, see, I told you. Yeah, to me, that backstory of him is not important. A button on the end, fade to black, fade back in, they're in their new house, something happened. You want to go on a road trip to so-and-so? What? A truck drives by and he sees a guy that looks like J.T. Walsh, and he's
it's
triggered.
like the ending of Misery when he's at the fancy restaurant.
Yes.
And the waitress comes up and for a second he sees Kathy Bates, but then it's not her. Like that kind of button.
You need a little button so that the audience goes, ah, well, that was great, instead of, what are you gonna do now?
They should have just hard cut the credits right when that truck landed on JT Walsh. Just cut to credits.
Yes. I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
Yes, that would have been great. Yuppie chicks rule, bitch. Truck hits him. He explodes. Just like blood everywhere. And then Kurt Russell and her, they just kind of look down at him, and he just lights a cigarette.
No, he turns to her and he says, next time, you're driving.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I only took one note, and I will read it to you now. I got this from IMDb. In 2014, Time Out polled several film critics, directors, actors, and stunt actors.
Oh, fuck these wolves,
their
bro.
top
Jesus.
action films. Breakdown was listed at 90th place. It cracked the top 90. Someone was proud of that. proud enough to put it on IMDb trivia.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't call this an action movie.
No, I wouldn't either. It's more of a thriller.
Thriller, yeah, with good action sequences.
A yuppie nightmare thriller.
Yeah. The only trivia thing I saw, I mean, you might have read it too, and it made me kind of like, I don't know, not dislike Kurt Russell, but I know nothing about Kurt Russell personally. Some people in Hollywood, there's some actors who are, oh, that actor's a huge asshole.
Yeah. I really seems to like Kurt Russell well enough.
I know he's been with Goldie Hawn for 60 years, and I've seen dozens of movies that Kurt Russell has been in. But on this film, I think they filmed it in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, he kept getting like helicoptered into the set or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
His contract was 12 on, 12 off. So he was contractually obligated to be at home for 12 hours in LA. So they would shoot with him, and they'd have like an hour to shoot, and then they're like, oh, we gotta get him, and they gotta drive him to this helipad, and the helipad would take him to a private jet that would fly him from Sedona to LA.
Yeah.
He'd be at home exactly 12 hours, then a car would pick him up and take him back to the private jet and fly. And then I'm like, if that were me and I was sitting at home, you know, sipping my Bloody Mary and watching the news or whatever I would be doing if I were Kurt Russell, I'd be thinking there was 200 people just sitting in the desert playing cards and twiddling their thumbs just waiting for him to come, because he's on every frame of film.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would feel kind of bad about that. And also, maybe I wouldn't ever show up to some kind of like climate change rally. Do you know how much fucking metric tons of carbon I put into the atmosphere of the Earth by filming Breakdown? By commuting via private jet? Just rationally, I would kind of feel bad about that. And also the movie would probably get made quicker if you were there longer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not judging you, Kurt Russell.
Yeah, there's very little they could shoot without him. He's in like every shot.
I know.
He's in the
That's what I
whole
mean.
thing.
It's like, that's me. That's just me. That's just my little take on this. I want to do the music, but I want to be there all day. And also, I want to prepare $100 million.
I want to be paid 90,000 donuts.
And I want every donut individually flown out on a private jet, dropped on my house.
Yeah.
Every donut, 90 million donuts. 90 million private jet flights to drop off 90 million donuts. You got it, Mr. Russell.
What would you do with 90,000 donuts?
All around A+.
Yeah.
I've thoroughly enjoyed the rewatch of this. I was hooting and hollering during the last act of the movie. But the last point of discussion with Breakdown, to broaden it even more, is forgotten 90s movies.
Yes.
Which is a little mixture of review. This is a perfect mixture of review and revisit, because I revisited this movie after 30 years, and I loved it still, and I loved it back then. And it is kind of...
Bro, these fucking works don't drop tails ever, bro. 25%? Stupid fucking Blizzard.
It's a little more towards the top.
Because I looked at 1997, and I wrote the list on my note, but...
That you threw away.
The dozen plus top box office movies. You know, obviously Titanic, it's like Liar, Liar, and, you know, all and Breakdown's not.
Sure.
You know, it's really towards the bottom, but... So, it's a great film. It's a little vanilla, well-executed, quality thriller But it doesn't have that spark that makes it memorable. And there's so many movies like that from the 90s where you're like, oh yeah,
that movie.
We always make a joke about Mercury Rising with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
This evening, this entire situation will be contained. What's going on?
We're talking about people who have the ear of the president.
This is way over our heads, Art. You're telling me a 9-year-old kid cracked the government super code?
Or it's like, I remember that movie. I think I saw it. There's a kid in it.
Yeah.
And Bruce Willis has a gun.
Well, that's what sparked this whole larger discussion of forgotten 90s movies. As you mentioned Mercury Rising.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh, I don't think I saw that, but I know Sarah Jessica Parker's in it. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, no, that's a different forgotten 90s Bruce Willis movie. Sarah Jessica Parker was in Striking Distance. I was like, are those the same movie? Did they just re-release it with a different title?
They both have like cool names. Mercury Rise.
Yeah.
Lightning. Striking Distance. Lightning. Striking. What?
Striking Distance.
Striking, yeah. So
all those, the 2-word titles.
Right.
Terminal Velocity. That's another one.
Yes.
Terminal Velocity, rated PG-13.
But we were like, well, what was it about this era? And you had said the bigger topic was a transitionary period from the 80s action stars, kind of like, outgrowing that role and still trying to do those kinds of movies.
Yeah.
Your Kurt Russells, your Bruce Willis's, Jean-Claude Van Damme in Double Team with Dennis Rodman. It's just like...
Everything Arnold did in the 90s, pretty much.
Who else? Stallone?
Stallone, yeah. He had a lot of stumbles in the 90s.
Demolition Man aside.
Demolition Man is a well-liked
aside. Yeah, there's occasional hits. So you get your
Teddy Bear,
flops there, your Last Action Heroes, movies like that. And where did they go? What? And then it was like Titanic, The Matrix. Those kind of changed the landscape of movies from the 80s style of action movies into something new, different. And
a lot of the 90s kind of floundered as far as because you'd think of 80s movies. You can think of specific movies, but also just the general vibe of the 80s movies. Then you go into the late 90s, into the early 2000s. It's funny because I was talking about the 90s yuppie movies, and then the late 90s into the 2000s, that's when you have all those movies that are more about trying to escape the yuppie lifestyle.
Counterculture.
Yeah. So it's trying to escape the 90s. So the 90s don't really have their own identity. There's just a hodgepodge of different things.
Right.
There's the big independent movies. That was the boom of independent movies. But as far as studio releases, your movies like Breakdown or Mercury Rising, just kind of they came and went. They didn't leave much of an impact.
Right. Well, and it was the movie theaters got bigger, more multiplexes got huge, and so much product.
Yes.
12 movies every weekend, and no streaming, nothing like that. So everything, the money was to be made at the movie theater. And in the casualty of that is Mercury Rising. and so potentially our new series of forgotten 90s films. Expanding, review, and revisit.
It's like a subsection of a subsection. You have review, revisit, forgotten 90s movies. It's like a Russian nesting doll of films.
Correct. Yes.
So this may be something we revisit in the future. Revisit.
We don't know.
Talking about more forgotten 90s movies.
Feel free to
leave yours below.
Leave it in the comment section below.
And we are aware, of course, when we say forgotten, it's not completely forgotten.
We are.
It could be a movie that we refer to as a forgotten. Your favorite movie of all time might be Meet Wally Sparks with Rodney Dangerfield. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know you.
I don't want this guy. Oh.
Meet Wally Sparks. Everyone's still talking about that movie. No, it's just you.
Just you.
But you don't have to tell us that. This is specifically our opinion. Right. We consider Meet Wally Sparks to be a forgotten movie.
Yes.
You may have posters up all over your home, have action figures. dinnerware plates.
You know, props from the film.
You know, props from the film.
Rodney Dangerfield's microphone.
You actually have Rodney Dangerfield.
No movie is completely forgotten. We understand that. But movies that came maybe are okay. They're not all bad. They didn't last as far as
they didn't stick in the collective cultural psyche and whatever of the world.
Well, that's my last thing then. Also, because I talked about confusing Mercury Rising with Striking Distance. For the longest time, I confused Breakdown with Black Dog, starring Patrick Swayze. Because I saw this movie, I think that's why I watched this. It popped up on just like recommended on Amazon or something. And I was like, oh, Breakdown. That's that movie where the bad guy is Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Meatloaf isn't in this. Meatloaf's the bad guy in Black Dog.
Yep.
That's a forgotten 90s movie.
Not to that guy, it's not. And you know
Hi.
who I'm talking about. Black Dog's your favorite movie.
Well, not that far, but my dad loved Black Dog.
Watch it every night.
Yeah.
Go ahead and comment below. We know the comments. We know them before you write them. We know them before you write them.
No, I'm asking how much the repairs are.
Well, you can just keep your fucking money, Jeff. And I'll send you pieces of her from time to time.
You're out of your mind.
Jay, why?
God, this is excruciatingly boring.
Film's motif.
Oh, I am actually. Maybe you saw something traumatic.
That's red?
It changed your perspective on colors, and then it had absolutely no effect on the story in any way.
Hello?
I am not going back to New York, you hear me? You're stuck with me.
But oh, I'm wearing plaid. I pulled out the plaid again. My flannel, because we're heading back into the 90s.
Oh my goodness gracious.
For another forgotten 90s movie. Last time we talked about a hidden gem. This time we're talking about a hidden, even bigger gem.
Can you please redefine gems?
If this movie were 90 minutes, I would say it's a comedic masterpiece. But for some reason, it's almost 2.5 hours. And I did a little research on IMDb trivia. The director of this film, Richard Rush, had a struggle with the producer of the film. And they both did their own cuts of it. And the producer's cut was...
Wait, the producer wanted to make a good movie? Was that the struggle?
Well, they were both arguing over which one was the better movie.
Okay.
The producer's cut was 121 minutes, and the director, Richard Rush, his cut was 100 and... whatever the version we watched, 136 minutes?
It's like 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Something like that, yeah. And the director was certain that his cut was the better film. And I don't think either cut would have made a difference.
No, no. But we're talking about The Color of Night. I keep wanting to say The Color of Money with Paul Newman.
And I want to say In the Cold of the Night, which is a Nico Mastorakis film, which this also reminded me of. I don't know how this is a big studio movie with Bruce Willis in it.
Okay, so we're talking about this movie. Jay had thought he had seen this.
I thought I'd seen it on cable back in the day, and that's how I thought of it, as like, oh, another forgotten 90s movie.
Yeah.
I may have been thinking of one of the other forgotten 90s Bruce Willis movies.
There's a slew of forgotten 90s Bruce Willis movies, failed movies. There's notorious ones like, you know, Hudson Hawk that are like big flops and stuff, but then there's these just like, the 90s was littered with like, I mean, there are all sorts of genres of movies came out in the 90s, but there were a lot of psychosexual thrillers based primarily from like spawned from Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct, movies like that were hits. Primal Fear, I guess, like that's not sexual, but there's a psychopath.
Yes.
Obsession in the 90s of
probably a little bit. We're talking about more of like the erotic thriller type movie.
Yo!
There's also probably the influence of,
Bro!
like, Silence of the Lambs. I mean, clearly with this movie.
Did you ever think to see a torpedo strike in real life? Or like contemporary, I mean? Like an actual real one? That ship is... Dude, it literally got blown out of the water. Everything is fine. 1 frame later. 2 frames later. 3 frames later. 4 frames later. We're so fucked. Like, holy shit. The radar dish just falls off. Boop. Like, gone. Oh my god, you can see people running towards the front. That's crazy.
Movie. There's some gender dysphoria stuff, which dates all the way back to Psycho, but specifically in the 90s, Silence of the Lambs was the template.
Silence of the Lambs was 91 or 90. Then, yeah, Fatal Attraction was late 80s. Basic Instinct, I think, was 92.
Yes, that was the big one, where not only theatrical movies that were now getting more explicit and sexual and violent, but then they had all the glut of direct-to-cable, what they called Skinemax movies.
So the audiences were thrilled when Sharon Stone crossed and uncrossed her legs, exposing her private parts. And then in this film, audiences were thrilled when Bruce Willis's floppy, non-erect penile was seen in a filthy swimming pool. I mean, they're very similar. They're very similar. Audiences flocked.
Yes.
To see his little floppy dang dang.
I was trying to think, what was his album, his music? Bruno? We Don't Talk About Bruno or something like that?
We Don't Talk About Bruno is from Coco, the Disney Pixar musical.
There's something with Bruce Willis and music where he went by the name Bruno, The Return of Bruno or something of Bruno.
I think, The Return of Bruno or something. Yeah, something like that. We don't talk about Bruno. I think that's a song from Coco.
Okay, well, there's some sort of Bruno.
And then there's a song from the Popeye musical with Robin Williams. We Don't Talk About Bluto.
The first shocking thing in this movie for me was the company logo that came up at the very beginning.
Hollywood Pictures.
Hollywood Pictures, which was owned by the Walt Disney Company. It was their label for making movies that were not family friendly. And then I started thinking, I got confused because
wasn't that also
Touchstone.
Touchstone, yeah.
And I looked it up. I was curious. I was like, why did they have 2 different labels that basically function to do the same thing? And I don't have an answer for that. Hollywood Pictures operated as its own company that was just owned by Disney, and Touchstone was essentially just a pseudonym. So when Disney decided, I think that was where movies like Sister Act or Touchstone, where they're like, they're not a Color of Night type movie, but they're also not G.
I wanted to talk about the director, Richard Rush. I don't know if you had a chance to look him up.
I looked him up. He did some of those like 60s biker movies, kind of Roger Corman-esque stuff.
Yes.
He did a movie called, his most famous movie, he did a movie called The Stuntman in 1980.
Right.
Which was a big influence on Nicholas Winding Refn when he made Drive.
Oh,
I know that. I've never seen it. But then he didn't do another movie until this, right?
Yeah, from 80 to 94, there was a break. He was very active in the 60s and early 70s with such hit films as Too Soon to Love, Of Love and Desire, Hell's Angels on Wheels, Thunder Alley, The Cubs of San Sebastian, A Man Called Dagger, Psych Out, and The Savage Seven. And then The Stuntman, which I don't know much about. You apparently do.
I know a little bit. I haven't seen it.
And then Bam, he's back.
He's back, baby.
Thrown right into the mix of the mid-90s psychoerotic thrillers for some reason.
Director for hire, I guess. I don't really know. Some style, though. Right off the bat, I was like, this is like if Sam Raimi got brain damage and tried to make a Brian De Palma film.
It opens in the apartment of a lady who is his patient. Her name is Michelle. And she is smearing red lipstick all over her mouth and her teeth, and she's crazy, and we got some Dutch angles there. And
to establish crazy.
And she starts putting a gun in her mouth in a filleting manner, eroticizing suicide.
Oh, and the music. It's got that sexy saxophone. That 90s saxophone.
And you're like, what's going on? Then we cut to the office, and I thought he was having an argument with his wife. The arrangement of the blocking and the way it's being shot is he's pacing around the room, and they're having like a discussion, and it's not a typical therapist-patient setup where he's sitting.
He's sitting there calm as she's ranting.
It almost seems like I don't know why he's walking around the room. Maybe to give the scene some life. That scene needs a life. I don't know. I'm gonna Richard Rush.
Is he Italian?
No. But anytime there's an insane, incompetent filmmaker, they speak like that, Jay. You know this.
In spirit, they're Italian.
In spirit, they're Italian. They have some kind of therapy session. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but she throws herself out the window.
This is where I was thinking of Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Lots of angles. We just hold on this dummy falling for a very long time. It's not bad, and they know they're smart enough to shoot it from far away.
No, not smart. It was a great dummy.
That's why it looks great.
I half expected her to pull a parachute out. I certainly thought it was a person.
Okay.
It wasn't as good as the dummies in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Well.
But it was certainly better than the dummy in The Fugitive. And of course, Never Too Young to Die is much better than that dummy.
Well, yeah. but then she hits the ground and we get this like
they held on it so long.
low street view shot where her face smacks into the lens.
She hits the ground with a perfect flop. No explosion of guts and gore, just very flat. And then the purpose is the blood starts coming out slowly, and he sees it from way up high. And the trauma from this causes him to not see the color red. And logic and realism aside, sure, that far of a fall, she would have exploded into a million pieces or been horribly disfigured and destroyed. But I started to get that neo-noir sense.
It's stylized. It's not meant to be realistic.
It's not meant to be super realistic. So the point is that she killed herself and he saw a bunch of blood. Whatever way you want to convey that. I'm not going to nitpick that. But.
Well, so that's the setup. And the movie's called Color of Night. So I kept waiting for that to have something to do with the story. Him not being able to see the color red. Like maybe he sees something at some point in the movie and mistakes it for blood, or he sees blood and mistakes it for something else.
Jay, it's a motif. it does. At the end, he's able to see red again.
Yes.
So there is a conclusion.
There is that, but I just assumed that would be integrated into the story in some way.
Very mildly, not with any particular purpose. I think there's one.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Where someone's like, "I'm in the red car, chasing you," So they know about that. So after that traumatic incident, Bruce Willis plays a psychotherapist. You can say miscast.
He looks like he doesn't want to be there this whole movie.
He doesn't come off.
I'm assuming this came out the same year as Pulp Fiction, so I'm wondering if he came right off that set and then went to make this, because he was already like contractually obligated to make it.
After this incident, he goes and consults his mentor, Albert Einstein, who is also a therapist. Probably maybe some guy he was a former teacher.
I think they mentioned something about that. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, get away from all this. Go take a trip to Los Angeles.
Go to Disneyland."
Los Angeles is a very relaxing, low stress city. Go to Los Angeles and meet up with Scott Bakula, your old college buddy from psychotherapy school and see what he's up to. Because the way to get rid of your trauma with having an incident at your psychotherapy session is to go hang out with a psychotherapist and a bunch of insane people.
During their session.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Which I guess is okay to do?
Also on a
Fuck
high
off.
floor of a building. These are textbook things you do to get away, you know. You survived a home invasion by a burglar who stabbed you 100 times. Go hang out at a prison. A prison for home burglars.
I'm very sorry.
Our first film is Color of Night, and what a violent mess this is.
I looked up the Siskel and Ebert review, and they both panned it, of course. But Ebert was shocked at one point because Siskel's going off about how bad the movie is. And he's like, and all those people that played the patients, like, I don't know who any of those actors were, but they were all awful and they're not going anywhere.
You know what it is? It's a bunch of actors who are getting their first break. A lot of these are people I haven't seen before, and they're going way over the top.
Those actors actually are like Brad Dourif. They're very experienced, but they didn't use a lot of restraint.
No.
And then Roger Ebert's like, Brad Dourif was in that scene. Was one of those people. He won an Academy Award.
Well, to coin a phrase from me, thumbs way down, way down.
He's like baffled that Siskel didn't know who any of these people were. Because yeah, we get Brad Dourif as the anal retentive OCD guy.
Brad Dourif is the greatest character in Star Trek, by the way. You know exactly who Brad Dourif is if I say his Star Trek name from Voyager. I guarantee you. He's very typecast for very good reason.
Lance Henriksen as Angry Man. Leslie Ann Warren as Slut.
Sandra.
She's
Yes.
she's a
Lance
sex addict.
Henriksen plays Buck.
Do you remember Brad Dourif's name?
Brad Dourif is Clark.
Okay.
I am Casey Hines. I am a painter.
You're forgetting about one other, Kevin O'Connor as Casey. He's the tortured artist character.
Who likes things a little kinky.
He is into the perverted arts. As an aside, last video we had a Simpsons reference. This video, Simpsons reference. I love the phrasing, the perverted arts. the episode where the meteorite is going to hit Springfield. Do you remember this?
Vaguely.
And they all go in Flanders bunker, and because the road out of town to Springfield had been destroyed.
Okay.
This is stuff that I know you'll cut from the episode. But joke's on you, I'm editing this one. There's an asteroid coming in, and they cut to Washington, D.C., and they're going to pass a bill to repair the bridge to Springfield so they could all escape. And then they're about to pass the bill, and it goes, I'd like to add on an addendum to the bill.
$30 million of taxpayer money to support the perverted arts.
All in favor of the amended Springfield/pervert bill? Bill defeated.
Extra money that would go towards the perverted arts. And then everyone denies the bill. Like, the bill is not passed. And then so they don't build the bridge.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Democracy simply doesn't work.
The perverted arts. That is a great phrase.
The perverted arts. So whenever I see stuff like that in movies, he's like he has these like paintings of our heroine Rose, our vixen,
our femme fatale
of the film, and he draws her like like spray paint art on the side of a van, you know, like that kind of art.
Yeah.
It's all sleazy and trashy, like a bad tattoo, you know, of like a naked lady. Woo. I've said perverted art so many times, I've now demonetized our channel once again.
The whole channel. So then our most important character in the group, Richie.
What?
Who is definitely not somebody in disguise. This is the most baffling creative decision because the whole movie unravels the second you see Richie. They try in this clunky 90s way. They try to, like, because you see that person and you're like, that's someone in disguise. And they try to say, like, oh no, it's someone with gender dysmorphia. That's why they look like a freak. It's like, oh, okay, then I'm not going to question it. And then that's like meant to like get you off the path of what the eventual twist of the movie will be. But you see through it in 0.2 seconds of seeing Richie.
There's a secret about one member of the therapy group, and that secret was obvious to me from the first shot, that person was on screen.
Of course.
So Richie, from their perspective, is a boy that wants to be a woman.
Yes.
So
in the 90s, though, nobody knew anything about this stuff, so that's why they just that's why he looks so weird. I guess is their justification. So you're to try and throw you off from thinking about it too much.
And Richie conveniently stutters and doesn't like to talk.
Fuck off, dude! This fucking drop rate is like oh, bro, I want to punch a Blizzard developer right now. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
That they never mention the woman's name, but they all just happen to be coincidentally all starting to see someone at the same time. Different woman for each person, except for Richie.
Well, all that revelation comes later.
It's like halfway through the movie.
Let's talk about the you know, your big right turn in the plot is that Scott Bakula. He's Dr. Bob Jones, and Bruce Willis is Dr. Joe Bob. I forget their fucking names, but there's something, they're very similar.
Sure.
So it's Bill and Bob. Therapy, adieu.
So Bruce Willis comes out to visit his old pal, Scott Bakula. Scott
romantic bike rides. And
he's doing well in Los Angeles. He lives in an embarrassing 90s mansion, and he has his own book.
Yes.
He's a successful therapist and playboy. He's like, I got a lady, you won't believe her. She comes around every now and then, but she's not here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the first little clue. But Bruce Willis stays in his house, and then one night after closing up business at group therapy, a mysterious assailant comes in and stabs Scott Bakula 68 times.
Yes.
And he falls through glass doors. And
with their makeshift knife glove thing?
Yeah.
That's another reason to mistake this for an Italian director, because that whole scene is, it's very Italian giallo without the style.
Without the style. So Scott Bakula gets killed, and then we meet our detective Hector Martinez, who is the worst detective ever. He's obnoxious. I suppose he's meant to be comic relief.
Hey! Anderson! This is civilization, man. What do you think, this is your bedroom? Damn. Not.
Yes.
Because there are wacky scenes with him, but he is woefully unprofessional, rude.
There's 5 patients in the group. I can't really remember their names right now.
Like 5 cuckoos?
Kind of dumb, obnoxious, pick an adjective, and he's it. Because the first scene with Bruce Willis, he's like, so, what do? You're a therapist too, or shrink? You're a shrink? So these freaks, one of them had to kill Scott Bakula, right? I don't know. Aren't you the detective? I don't know.
You just showed up and you were in one session, right? Which freak did it? And so instead of an official police investigation, Bruce Willis is tasked with figuring out who the killer of his friend is by taking over his therapy session.
Which I guess is a thing you can just do.
Inheriting his house.
Yeah.
And just living in his house. Because these are all legal things. You can just because you happen to also be a therapist, you're just going to take over someone's state-appointed therapy session.
At the encouragement of the police.
They rule out the fact that literally anyone else in the world could have killed Scott Bakula. They just assume it was probably one of the crazies that he is counseling because they're crazy. It could have been someone who just wanted to rob him. It could have been anyone.
Well, to be fair to our incompetent police chief, I mean, he is right.
He is right.
He does end up being right.
But
or actually, no.
He's not right.
He's not right.
It's not one of them. It's related.
It's related. But yeah.
Spoiler alert from this fantastic film that Jay made me watch. Okay, so Bruce Willis then, after a sexy bike ride with Scott Bakula, where they are replaced by stunt doubles for when
there's a bit of that in this movie.
Scott Bakula does a papa wheelie. To be honest, I'm not sure that was Bruce Willis's wang. That might have been a body double.
Okay.
In the pool, because I think according to legend, Bruce Willis has a ginormous wang. Because the legend is that him and Milton Berle went in the bathroom.
Oh yes, that's the story.
And compared wang sizes. And Milton Berle, of course, has an 18-inch cock.
All I know that when I get an erection, I black out.
And Bruce Willis, I think, is right up there with Milton Berle's penis size.
Why don't we just drop our pants and see who's got the bigger dick, then we can go back and have a nice civilized breakfast. Wouldn't be civilized. Why? You'd be sulking.
And so the penis that you see in the pool, while respectable, is certainly not, Milton Berle size, or even coming close to.
Let's do 10. 10? Too much for you, huh? Not enough. I was thinking of maybe 20.
Although, the water may have been cold.
I was in the pool! I was in the pool!
Shrinkage.
I was in the pool.
So the jury's out on that.
It's a hung jury?
I'm impressed by that wit. Anyways, we're trying to talk about this terrible movie. We're talking about everything but. Embarrassing 90s homes, embarrassing 90s police stations.
Yeah, I think that police station was used in every cop movie in the 90s.
It looks like a 90s wedding venue. It's really bizarre.
I think it actually is the LA police station. I think. If it's not, it's used in every movie that takes place at the LA police station.
Bruce Willis now has taken over Scott Bakula's life, and he is not a suspect. He's like, "What am I, a suspect, Detective Martinez?" And he goes, "No, but I want you to find out who killed Scott Bakula." So he was only in the film for 5 minutes. He quantum leaped right out of this bad movie.
I'm retarded?
Done my part. So Bruce Willis takes over his life, blah, 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 and then he gets rear-ended, and she is, "Oh, hi, blah, 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 let's exchange numbers," and then she shows up at his house. And I think they go out to dinner before they start having sex, right?
Yes. They do have one scene where they get to know each other very briefly.
Yes.
Before having an extended, multiple-part sex scene.
It felt very, the way it was shot and the music and all that kind of felt very Tommy Wiseau.
Yes. Well, yeah, the music's very big and bombastic. It starts with them in the swimming pool. It goes on for a very long time, and then the music dies down, and we have a fancy little dinner scene. He's now back in his clothes. He's wearing a suit and tie, and then she comes in completely nude and puts a steak down, and he's like, "Move that steak so I can see your p***." And then the music, that same music, comes back up, and it's just another sex scene.
It was supposed to be erotic, but it came off like The Naked Gun.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. The music is all over the place in this. There's parts where it feels like The Naked Gun, like a parody.
Yeah. There's a scene at the end, I think, when they're all the patients in the therapy session are all like arguing with each other about something, yelling, and it's supposed to be tense, but it has like this whimsical music.
Stop acting like an emotional child! Baby. I am nobody's making anything up, and stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Quit! You're crippling the picture up!
I feel like there's
really doesn't
maybe,
fit.
yeah, I don't know if it was an attempt to like fix the movie in post. They're like, these scenes come across kooky. We should add kooky Addams Family music in the background.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre.
So Rose has now just thrown herself at Bruce Willis, and a normal, rational thinking man probably would be suspicious, but he's blinded by temptation and allure of her, as is most of the other characters too.
The mystery, who just coincidentally looks exactly like Richie.
Not exactly. I mean,
it's the minute you see her in that car, I was like, well, that's Richie. Because Richie looks so much like a person in disguise.
Spoiler alert. The reason why Richie looks like a person in disguise is because Richie kind of is a person in disguise. It's a boy who wants to be a lady.
Right.
So by that definition, he is making alterations to his appearance. If that Richie was just, hey, it's Richie, he's a dude. He's a crazy dude, then it would have been like, there's something weird. That's a lady, right? Like, I can tell.
Yeah.
Like, the twist is pretty obvious. The first character we see Rose with is Sandra.
Yes.
They start like shopping together, and then like a lesbianic affair.
There's no like reveal too. It'd be one thing if it was like, oh, I'm gonna go visit. If Sandra was like, oh, I'm going to go visit my new girlfriends, and then we have like she opens the door and oh my God, it's Rose, but she's going by the name Bonnie.
Yeah.
But it just like hard cuts to
Scared
them
the shit out of me,
like,
dude.
giggling and trying on
Fucking
clothes.
cats fighting each other all of a
It's
sudden.
very bizarre. Just like no setup.
No setup on how they meet.
Yeah.
And then like Lance Henriksen.
Look at how many. I'm
eventually
done, dude.
says something like, "Oh, I've got a new lady in my life."
I can't be bothered with
She's
this
a
many
really
retards in
old
the
guy,
field,
with
just
gray
being
hair,
annoying.
balding, that live in a filthy trailer. She's 21 years old and I'm 68. There's nothing weird about it whatsoever. And everyone's like, "Oh, well, good for you." And then Casey's like, "I also have a new lady in my life. She's 21 years old. And she's just really into me, and I paint her naked, and I can really see into her soul, and blah 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 blah."
They try to throw you off because we see him. He's into kinky stuff. He's like chained up, and someone's whipping him. But then we pan across, but you can't see who it is. They're blocked by a painting. Threw me completely off track. I can imagine who it was. And well, this is the other thing. Going to the end, it's revealed that Rose has multiple personalities, and the one that all these group members are seeing is this English woman named Bonnie. So they're all dating somebody that's. They never mention who the person they're dating's name is or what they look like, because the whole movie would fall apart if they did. Oh, you're dating someone named Bonnie? What a coincidence. So am I. That just never comes up.
Wait, her character is always Bonnie for
everybody but Bruce Willis.
Why wouldn't you have a different character for every person?
That would make the most sense. And if you're dealing with multiple personalities already, go full into it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, she's like
she puts a wig on and
yeah.
has blonde hair for when she hangs out with, Sandra.
Right.
And she has an Irish accent or fucking whatever,
Because that's the other thing is when Bruce Willis comes to visit Sandra, Bonnie / Rose is still there. And then she puts on big comical sunglasses and just like walks right past Bruce Willis. And it's so clearly Rose. And Bruce Willis is just like, oh, Who was that? I'm gonna go take a nap now.
So at some point, there were 3 children: Richie, who was a real boy, Rose, and Dale. And they were all under the care of Dr. Niedermeyer when they were 12. And I think Dr. Niedermeyer...
They really should have named that character something else. Every time they said it made me laugh.
It's a little silly.
Yeah.
Niedermeyer abused Richie.
Yes.
Which caused Richie to commit suicide. Rose...
All right. I might be back in like an hour or two. Go grab some food. I'll be back later. Peace. Hopefully then there's less retards.